Having travelled through the night, the party came to rest on the outskirts of Renfield, a dusty livestock town, leaving their manacles behind them in the prison wagon. They stopped first in the auction house, where Roshan asked about a lead that she was following, Kirstoffin's Antiquity, which turned out to be another auction house catering to treasures and artifacts in Lavenley, incidentally the same town where Cress and Cambria were headed. They transcribed a map from the general store and were introduced to the town sheriff after learning about a bounty pertaining to the inhabitants of a boathouse, the Wrencleft River Boys, that they had briefly visited a day prior. The sheriff explained that he knew of their arrival from the prison convoy, and being that the town was short-handed, he asked for their help in bringing in the bounty in exchange for some extra coin and a small pardon. The party also met the son of the local tavern matron, Harvey, who appeared to be plagued by nightmares about his missing dog. The group learned about the body of the gang's former leader, who had been found on a nearby farm only a few days prior, and as they approached the site, they saw 2 members of the River Boys pocketing a ledger that they had found, which Leon was able to steal shortly before Cambria was discovered. Which is where we are going to begin. Okay. Right, so first up, it's Roshan.
All right. So, I wanted to do something cool, but I'm not sure how logistically I would be able to do it.
So what do you want to do?
I want to run up and split kick them. Like both of them.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
Okay.
I am a monk.
Fuck yeah.
I think
And they are about to try and hurt my traveling companion.
that is true. Do you have an ability to attack more than one target? Because if you, I think you can do your key fueled attack. So if you did one attack on, if you were close enough for,
I have Flurry of Blows, which allows me to do 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action. Would that qualify?
Yeah, go on then.
Ha 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 ha. Roll for the attack and then we'll see where it goes.
Let's, roll for an attack for me. That is a key point spent, and then so that is a hit. So roll damage for me.
It's 2 unarmed attacks, so just roll it twice and one gets hit with one and one gets hit with the other. Okay.
Yeah, cool. Okay, do you want to describe how you do it?
So basically, Roshan, seeing that they're trying to sneak up on Cambria, like runs in to rout them, jumps up, and just splits kick them,
Nice.
watching both of them.
They don't have a moment to react. It is just too fast. You dart out the bushes, and with lightning speed, you crack both of their knees. If you could all make a perception check for me.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
All of us?
I have the capacity.
Perception.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at it.
Okay, then at least fucking,
There we go.
that was your one good roll for the night, Scout. It was
Yeah,
21.
Fuck now.
It's just my -1 stat. It'll be gone soon, I swear.
Okay. Well, at least 2 of you saw him. So you notice a movement in the bushes on the other side. There does appear to be another person who was looking out for the 2 of them. So next up in the order, it is this guy. So what he's going to do is immediately after you've smacked him in the knee, he kind of uses the movement of him going backwards to pull his scimitar from his right hand sheath, and he's going to make an attack towards you. Does a 7 hit.
Yep.
So he goes wide. He seems to be focusing too much on the pain from his legs. He goes wide, and you just manage to swoop out of the way at the last second. Next up, it is Cambria.
I'm trying to make sure I'm using the right one. What was it? Was it Hellish Rebuke?
Jesus
No,
Christ.
not that one. I think that's what it was.
That
Arms
just
of
be
Hadar.
pop you.
Yeah. Well, shit. I don't even know if I can do that because now you're in range. Shit.
Straight up. If you're using Hellish Rebuke, don't worry about me.
No, it's not Hellish Rebuke. Arms of Hadar, just giant tentacles.
Oh.
That's how I'm like. Are you sure?
We love
All
Arms of
right.
Hadar here.
Damn. 7 necrotic DC 13. Okay, so basically, we're walking around. I haven't even looked back to see that my allies are within range. That just keel over and it just tentacles pop out of me. like a hedgehog keeled over.
That same radius, that same aura that comes out of you, does unfortunately manage to catch Roshan in the crossfire.
Yep.
7 necrotic.
I'll be all right. I'm fine.
It's okay, don't worry about
Next up is let me have a look here. Next up,
I feel like she takes the turn and then looks at the two of them and just starts growling. Because we wouldn't be in this situation if it weren't for
actually,
these two.
funnily enough, that fucking Arms of Hadar just knocked both of them. They are not strong. They are. Would you like to describe how you do this?
I just imagine it swiping at them. They fall over and hit their head on the rock. That's like that's
It's
it.
not even the Arms of Hadar that
Knock
do it.
the
They
fuck
just
out.
fucking. Oh,
Deadliest
Amazing.
awesome ever.
nice.
Oops.
Okay, then we can take fucking him off the turn order.
That's hilarious.
Next up, it is Leon.
I see what happened. I go, wow, that's pretty fucked, actually. Okay, good to know. And I see. Do I clock the? I clock the other bandit sitting in the grass,
You
right?
did clock the bandit in the grass, yeah.
30 feet of that bandit.
Yep. Where would you like to go? If you ping it for me, I'll
Let's say like here.
Sure.
Here.
Yep.
And I'm going to pull out a little tart and a little feather, and I'm gonna crumble them together and toss them in the air. And I'm gonna hold on. I am going
I
to.
love that you use spell components.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I like it. I'm gonna look around us and clock all the corn around us, and I'd say, "Why did the cornstalks hold a ceremony in honor of the scarecrow? To congratulate him for being outstanding in his field." And I'm gonna cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
You fucker. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me have a look here. I need to
I
make
failed my will save.
what is that?
No,
A wisdom
I'm
check?
doing it.
Wisdom saving throw?
Oh yes, wisdom saving
Succeed on a
throw.
wisdom saving throw.
Yay!
You watched this this bandit basically who had been hiding in the grass up until this point. His first interaction with this group is you telling that joke. It doesn't appear that he's even clocked you as hostile. It's just some random old man in the field telling him a joke, and he falls to the floor in hysterics.
Cool. And then I tell everyone, quick, get him, round him up.
We're gonna do what's the fucking one? Next up, it is Cress, and Cress is just going to. I mean, the danger is gone, so Cress is just gonna come up and sit over here, and that'll be the end of her turn.
I will do as requested and round up that last bandit.
So we're gonna go to the end of this turns. Fuck. Okay. Right. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yep. Where do you want to go, Skip?
I think that's too far, but as far as I can get to him.
No, you got 30 feet. Let me have a look.
No, I got 40.
You got 40.
Oh shit!
I'm a monk.
I'm gonna Spyro fly your way over there.
I flap my arms.
Next up, it is the bandit's turn. He gets to make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh,
14. Let's go.
Damn it!
There's a moment where when you cast it, his eyes kind of glazed over, and he was there down in hysterics, and then there's a moment of sort of like, and he like pulls himself back up against the corn and is immediately faced with Roshan. So I think that's his whole turn is the succeeding on the wisdom saving throw. Okay, next up it's Cambria.
I mean, I was just gonna run over and like dogpile on the guy.
Yeah. Okay. All
So
right. I mean,
I'll
given his
run
current
here
state, you're
and
good.
just jump. Yeah,
Okay.
I got a 5-foot
You watch
leap.
fucking Cambria like barrel across the cornfield and just try and tackle the guy. Do you want to make? We'll make a contested strength check if he manages to succeed. If you want to do one, and then I'll do against it.
Let's see.
All I
strength
can imagine
check.
is
That's-
just Roshan just suddenly ducking and Cambria just
Yeah,
flying
it's just
over.
straight overhead.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Not great.
Might
I'm
have
gonna
tripped
try.
on his shoelaces.
But you still
Oh!
succeed.
Damn.
Love it.
It's in the moment that he's still picking himself back up. You manage to he's like faced with Roshan, and exactly that does happen Roshan ducks. He's caught off guard, and the blue tiefling barrels over Roshan. Cambria, do you want to describe how you managed to tackle him to the ground?
I kind of just run straight over and like jump up and starfish into the air and just boom,
Fucking leap
land straight on him.
Belly flop on this dude.
Oh.
Oh my god, I love it.
Okay. I'm gonna say that's about combat done because he's now restrained. That's the last guy. His two companions are dead in the ground. So that's it. What would you like to do?
I don't know. I didn't think this far.
I didn't think it would work.
Leon will come up. I think I have a bit of rope, I believe. Oh shit, I don't
He's
have
like
rope.
struggling under Cambria's weight, like he's trying to wriggle himself free.
Does anyone have any rope at all?
Let me, I would check my bag, but I got my hands
have it.
full.
You have
I
rope?
have it.
Okay.
Get off me, you bastard!
I suggest you hold still.
Exactly. So kick your fucking ass and I'll make you giggle about it, bitch. I'll start hobbling over and assist with the hog tying of this gentleman.
Roshan, I will say, I think it was you that pickpocketed. Was it you or was it Leon that?
No, it
managed to
was
pickpocket?
our oldster.
I
Yes.
got the ledger.
So,
His name currently?
Yes, Reginald. Hello, that's
Yes.
I'll let you guys deal with with this guy first, but I'll just describe the book when you had picked it up. It's a small leather-bound journal with a small sort of tassel in the middle for keeping pages. You notice that half of the journal itself is actually blood-soaked. You guys haven't seen the body yet, but you imagine from this it's pretty bad.
Okay. I will look at that in a little bit. I will continuously make my way over to the guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get some corn, and if he's still being loud, I'll just like, apple in the pig's mouth. I'll just
He's
put corn in there.
You fucking bastard! Get the fuck!
Yes, it's good for you. You might not digest it, but it's good for you. Is he saying he's allergic to corn? Because that's what I gathered.
I certainly hope
I
not.
don't want
I
to
hope
kill
not.
him. And I'll say, well, if he's hog-tied and fine, what do you say we go check out what our friends were carrying?
Sounds good to me.
I'll wait till our individual here decides he's in better temperament to speak.
We might be waiting a little bit.
Could always rough him up a little.
Well, hold on. I might actually have a good idea. Right now, I don't have them often, but yes.
I feel like
shut up
Roshan
for a
might slap his back to like help clear his throat, like to what?
Or like blow the corn out his mouth.
Yeah, like
Oh.
he's like
I'm gonna look him dead in the eye,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna let me see real quick. Sorry, I'm trying.
no,
trying
you're
to
all good.
Yeah, okay, so I don't need any, but I do need a verbal. So I'm gonna take out my loot, and I'm just gonna look at him and say, "Let me tell you about my best friend. The tiefling is on top of him." And I'm gonna try charm person.
Okay.
Another spell save DC 14.
Okay,
Yay!
no, you get him. You see he kind of, where he's been tensing and against his restraints, he kind of settles down a little bit. He kind of relaxes back, and you can see his pupils dilate.
Yeah, see, perfect. Now we're all friends. Cambria, if you'd get
Yeah.
off of him real quick.
I just kind of struggle and like push on his face to get up, and
May I? What's your name, young man?
Kendall.
Gandalf.
Gendel.
Wonderful name. Gandalf, even
Gendel.
better with a G. So may I ask, what? And these are all my friends. We're all friends here. I'm just an old man.
Yeah.
What were you all doing out here?
We came to get Gillis's notebook back. Butterscotch told us to.
Butterscotch. I think we've heard that a couple times already.
Yeah,
Who's
nice.
Butterscotch?
Nice lady.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice
You got
lady.
the hots for a young man?
No, she killed me.
Okay, fair enough.
Great info.
Okay, so can you sit here for a little bit while my friends and I, well, our friends, go and
Yeah.
see what everyone else was up to?
Yeah, all right. I can sit here if you like.
All right, perfect. And I believe that lasts for an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, it does.
You leave him there. He lolls in his restraints.
Perfect.
I think Roshan looks a little horrified, honestly. There's like, what did you do to him?
Well, a little bit of magic and a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But anyways, that's not important. I'd like to check these two gentlemen's bodies, and then didn't we originally come here to go see the big boss?
Roshan will abstain from looting the bodies. Like she very clearly is kind of like,
Cambria, you seem like someone who would loot bodies with me. Let's go.
Yeah. Bit of a weird assumption, but sure.
Roshan's gonna kind of like pull the dude with us, like at least out to the road, so he's not like. I make
Chris.
sure he's turned away from the bodies while we're doing this. Most importantly.
Cress, keep him company, please.
Chris is just patting him on the head.
Roshan, would you mind going to inspect the big boss, just to perhaps ascertain how he died? I believe to remember that it was some kind of a mystery.
I'll take a look. Roshan will head over. Is this an investigation or?
When you part your way through the corn, the smell of blood you could smell from where you were, and as you get closer, it's this sort of acrid, putrid smell. And when you get over to him, there's not much of his frame left.
Mm-hmm.
You can see there's a straight cleave down the left side of the torso, and most of the body has been scratched in different ways. What I'll get you to do is, if you want to make an investigation check, I'll tell you more if you manage to get that.
All right. Can I make it with advantage because we're not under any significant duress and I can take my time?
I'll get you to do just a regular one.
Okay. I had to try. There we go.
Okay. You don't have a lot of medical knowledge. You know, again, your specialty is in calligraphy, but you can definitely tell this person has been attacked by what looks to be some kind of wild animal.
Ooh. Roshan would be ginger. Like, she's not super looking to loot, but if there's anything obvious on him, she will take
You
it.
find a pouch of 20 gold. You also find a note that says, "Make some noise."
Oh. Alright. She'll go back to the group and I believe their man was set up.
Set up, you say?
He looks like he was attacked by something wild.
Hmm.
And she'll pass the note. He was told to make noise.
2 wild bandits.
He was cleaved across the chest. I don't think either of them were capable of such a thing.
You do
He's
notice
been
they
here a
are
while.
wearing the same garb, or similar garb in some sense.
Unless they were also going to backstab him, I don't think they did this.
And Fraser,
Yes.
were we told how long the body's been here or no?
Elbows, the farmer whose land you're on right now, said it had been here for a couple of days.
Okay. But why would these two chuckle fucks come back and see their boss then if they knew he was dead?
Maybe they didn't.
Maybe they didn't. But what about this ledger? And I'll pull out the ledger.
You can all see it's
Roshan
all in
will-
your inventory, so if you're all peering over it, it's the same thing. Cress sort of perks up from the guy, stops patting his head. He also turns and is like, "Oh," and Cress just comes to join you to look at the ledger as well.
Okay.
Roshan will actually go over to him. What were you doing out here?
Retrieving the ledger. We had something we were meant to know.
Here's an idea. Should we show it to the sheriff?
Maybe not. The
Yes,
sheriff
perhaps
was lying earlier.
lying about what?
Hard to tell. The way he carried himself, he's hiding something.
Okay. Well, let's gather what we can, and I'll start reading off some of it. Heifer Bull, 4 Heifer Farmstead. After seen Quay members by the gallows tree stump. Deputy, it was about by the boundary. To be twisted? Does that say twisted? Trusted?
Oh, let me see. Sorry. She'll Go
Okay,
over.
okay,
Let me
sit.
take a look.
Okay, don't clock me in the forehead.
I want to. So when people write, they have they press on the paper like with like any significant hardness, and if they're writing with a quill, then there's probably like the indentation in the paper, right? I want to like kind of smear ink on my finger and move it over the page, like to kind of like draw out the writing to see what I can see.
Okay. Make an investigation check for me.
Can I get advantage because this is literally my bullshit?
Yes, you can.
Thank you.
The blood does make it quite hard, but we'll say
Well,
for
I'm
the
going
purposes
back
of-
to the page behind it because they like basically the page that they were writing on. I'm
clever.
trying to like
Okay, yeah. Okay,
Get
go ahead.
backwards text.
yeah, basically. Well, not just the backwards text, but like if there's indentations in something and then you go over it with a crown,
Sure.
it like you can see the indentation better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. Make a. Okay.
Natural 20.
This says, and this seems to be the difference in the writing style. Feels like it was hurriedly written. It reads as follows: seen key members by the gallows tree stump. Deputy seen by the boundary. The sheriff not to be trusted. Keep the stash safe.
She'll turn the page towards everyone. I think our sheriff is in on whatever these men are doing.
Well, it
Well-
certainly appears like that, doesn't it?
That kind of cancels out my plan a little quickly.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, what was your plan?
Was to show it to him, but
Oh, yes, that's right. Sorry, I'm old.
Roshan.
Right.
The other thing I will say is, key. The word key strikes a chord with you, and you are reminded of the people that brought you to this continent.
Oh shit. Okay, Taranki. Oh shit, that's not good. Okay,
Wait. What's with the key? What's with the what's
there
with
was
the...
an organization that they lied to me. They were claiming to be sailors and were more privateers, trading in whatever they could get their hands on, including people.
classic.
They tried to sell me,
Damn.
or were planning to. I put a stop to their organization.
Sweet.
But
And they were
if
going to
they're
sell
working
you?
with them, they apparently thought I was. They wanted to have me work with them, one way or the other. They apparently had appreciation for my talents.
Oh, that's fair. You're a fucking badass.
I'm still only learning.
Okay. Good to know. You're learning well, it looks like. Let's loot these bodies.
You want to make an
Okay.
investigation check, both of you, for... Are you going for, like, one of you each having a look over one body?
One body.
Mm-hmm.
One body each.
Okay, I'll be make separate investigation checks for me, please.
Okay.
Oh, that's not bad.
Okay.
Okay, that's significantly worse.
Okay, so you find Dakota. You find a pouch with 11 silver in it, or rather, Leon. You find a pouch with 11 silver in it, and Cambria. You find a small. It's like a pin, with a little hummingbird on it. Doesn't appear to be well of value, but it is made of fine metal.
Hummingbird pin, you say?
Well, I've got some bling to dish out, and I'll shell out to the group the silver pieces. So, and then I'll give
Roshan will
one-
kind of be like, no. Also, I found this on the other man, and she'll like literally like just hold out the bag of 20 gold, just like.
Okay, fair enough. That makes me feel inferior. Thank you.
Blood money.
Believe me, the peddlers don't care what kind of money it is.
I
Poop
do.
money, blood money, piss money, milk money.
Yeah, and you owe someone milk money, mister.
We'll call it on the house. Also, I
enough.
found this little pin, some kind of bird, hummingbird. Does this look familiar to any of you? I don't know. It's like the only
Does it?
worthwhile thing it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Does it
I don't
look
know.
familiar?
Make a history check.
Ooh, yes.
History. Hey, I'm not that. I'm not that bad at it.
So it's
Fucking
pretty-
get
Ooh, what are the
fucking
odds?
sucking- Damn it! Well, you put it together.
Apparently, I know what it is.
You
even
put them
though I'm
together,
fucking asking.
Fraser. It's 20. It works.
The both of you kind of scratch your heads for a second. You're not quite sure, and then there's a light bulb moment that comes to you, Cambria, being that you have lived on the outskirts of the Empire and within the Lochmire, or you've traveled a lot. You'd know this to be a patron sign of Nuala, which is a god of nature, essentially.
Fraser, don't I know who Nuala is?
This is entirely unfamiliar to you. You
Great,
might have
great.
skimmed it over in a booking class once, but, you know.
Roshan's going to take the time to at least straighten them out and close their eyes.
They look very peaceful, even though they've had their heads squashed by tentacles.
Yeah.
Well, I think perhaps going to see Butterscotch might be a good idea.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Yes.
How do you
Try to-
ascertain who this is?
Well, I tried asking him. The other guys weren't quite biting, but we got a fellow right here.
We do have a friend.
He has been staring at a brush of corn for the last, 10 minutes.
Who's Butterscotch? What do they look like? Describe them to me in great detail.
Quite pretty, tall, big teeth,
Big
quite pretty.
Yes, you've said that.
She's quite tall.
Okay.
Yeah, she's.
Do they have big teeth?
Yeah, funnily enough.
Would you say they're pretty?
Knock it
About
off.
About how tall are they? Quite tall, or?
Yeah, very tall. Yeah.
Okay.
Will he
great.
recover from this?
I hope not, because it doesn't seem like he's a help to us either way. But I think he will. What color is their hair, boy?
Black,
Okay.
sort of dark hair,
Eye
He said
color.
Butterscotch was a woman.
brown eyes.
Brown eyes.
Big
I'm sorry,
eyes.
Roshan, I cut you off. What did you say?
You said Butterscotch was a woman.
Mm.
Dark hair.
Would you say they're muscular? Like they could... You said they could kick your ass.
Yeah.
Muscular or just
Yeah.
good at
she's,
fighting?
No, she's huge.
Okay.
She's very, very muscly.
In like a hot kind of way, or
Yeah.
Is she
She-
human?
A little bit. Yeah.
A little bit. What
little
is a
bit.
little bit? Well, that could mean all sorts of things.
I think her dad was, yeah.
So
Okay.
she's half orc, sounds like.
Yes, does he look a bit orcish, my
Yeah.
boy?
Yeah, that's it. Half orc. That's what you call
Okay.
him.
Good,
Alright.
good. You're doing great.
Thank you.
Fucking idiot.
That's not
Shit,
very
she's
nice.
on
Yeah,
the
I'm
bounty
sorry.
board.
Oh, yes.
She was, in fact, on the bounty board.
Okay, cool.
Although you notice, from recalling from memory, the picture that they had on the board appeared to have Butterscotch painted as a male figure.
Okay.
They just don't like muscle women, I get it.
Love muscular women, dude. I do apologize, but where would your hideout be where we could possibly find this Butterscotch?
Out by the boathouse.
Look, by a bridge?
Yeah, by the bridge.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yes, I do believe we went by there the other evening.
I don't know. I've not been there in a few days.
And yes, that's fine, that's fine.
How long does Charm Person last?
About an hour.
I'll say it's maybe been about half an hour since you guys managed to knock these guys down and do all this stuff.
Do you know the sheriff?
Yes, I know the sheriff.
Okay. Is he helping your organization a little bit, or are perhaps they intertwined of some sort?
I don't know. I've seen him come by once or twice. Yeah, me and the boys thought he was coming to arrest us or hang us. But no, he just sort of walked around and he was talking to people and then he left. We don't really get to know what goes on.
Well, while you're pliant, have you seen a dog anywhere?
A dog? No, but I think somebody said that there'd been one somewhere in the fields.
What fields?
Oh,
We're in a
no.
field right now.
Maybe this one, but maybe it's another one. There's a lot of fields around here.
Okay.
He's
Is
just-
it just me, or does this line of questioning seem to be coming to an end?
He's looking like through you.
Yeah. My man's took too many weed cookies. I get it.
We should at least bring him back to town. Might get us goodwill with the sheriff if we found one of them.
Will it? If the sheriff's in on it,
We don't
wouldn't that
want
be a bad
him to think
idea?
we know.
Okay, wouldn't this guy just tell? You know, if he ever recovers, that is.
No, just give it about 25 minutes.
So we better hurry up.
I think so. Against my better judgment, I think we might have to go with this plan.
Actually, can I knock him out?
Yeah,
Just
you can
like
fucking
pop
knock
him in
out.
the temple.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna make you roll for that. He is subdued.
Okay,
He's
Roshan was
docile.
on. Actually, thwack! You just like punch him in the temple and knock him
He
out.
just drops onto the floor.
Oh, okay.
It'll give us more time. And he will wake up.
Remind me to never piss you off, okay?
Why would you?
No reason.
Off she goes, carrying this unconscious man.
How are you carrying him, by the way?
Like, enough that he's like, you know, not like dragging him or anything.
Yeah,
Not
he's-
quite a wedding carry, but like,
You've got him
It's easier to
slung
just kind of
over your
push him over
shoulder
your
like
shoulder.
a rug.
yeah, basically. Like a sack.
Yeah.
Oh, do we want to leave him in the cornfields?
I'm not against just killing him.
No. It's bad
We
enough
already-
we already killed the other two.
Exactly. So why not leave no loose ends?
Hmm.
You can blame me. She'll keep walking.
If
I
I
mean-
kill him, they can just blame me, I guess. Same argument, whatever.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, I don't like killing them either. But to be fair, I don't know if I want to argue with her.
Back to town.
Seamless.
You come back into town, and as you do, there's a couple of things happening. One, you do spot Yorick off in the distance. He's tending back to his large yak-looking thing. There does also seem to be off down the street a little to the right towards where the auction house is. There's actually a very short man with sort of flyers in hand who's like handing them out to people. Just a point of interest that's happening in the town. You continue down the street towards the sheriff's office. You can see it does appear that yes. Mm-hmm.
Is this dude on the bounty board?
He's not. No,
Because there were 2 humans with Butterscotch. Damn.
Doesn't appear to be the same one.
Was it those 2 people that we killed?
Didn't look like them. No.
Okay, cool.
All right,
like, God, suck, damn it.
They had quite defined features. They look quite distinct. The image that they had of Butterscotch was this kind of heavy-set underbite, very muscular-looking individual wearing kind of a tricorn, like pirate's hat. The other 2 were... There was a male human who was sort of on the older side. They had like a cross-hatching across the left half of his jaw and down his neck, which you presume to be a scar. And then the other one looked very, very skinny. That was the only other thing you noticed. Okay. You go into the sheriff's office and you can see Slim. He's kind of like leaning back in his chair. Oh, howdy, y'all. Good to see you.
Hello.
Yes.
There.
We caught someone out. One of the we think the gang
Well,
that was advertised on the bounty board. Where should I put him?
Well, just put him down anywhere. And he takes a little key out of his pocket and he unlocks the jail cell door on the left-hand side of the room, and it swings open into a sort of holding cell area.
If there's like effectively a cot, she'll put him on that. And just...
Well, no, I can't say I'm familiar with this one, but he does seem to be wearing their garb, so... Here, give me a second. And he closes the gate back over and rummages around in his desk for a second. And he pulls out a pouch of 50 gold.
Oh,
Hey.
there are also
Santa Monica
2
Boulevard.
others, but they are deceased.
Oh, well.
Got item.
I am... I'll have to have somebody check that out later, but if that's the case, you'll be well rewarded. Saves me the trouble.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he kind of plops the thing of gold into your hand.
She'll like kind of grab it and then kind of hold it out towards Reginald, still looking uncomfortable.
Yes. I'll hold on to this. Yes.
This also doesn't feel right to her. Just like, you've apprehended a bad person. Why are you paying me?
There's plenty more where that came from, folks. When you get those 3, we'll see you paid handsomely.
Good to know. Thank you very much. May I ask you a question?
Of course.
Who put up those wanted posters?
Oh, well, that would be the deputy. Murray is his name. He's a good boy.
Murray. Okay. Oh yes, thank you. And Slim is the sheriff, of course. Yeah.
Yes. You've met Murray. In fact, you've changed into Murray's form.
Okay. Well, does anyone have any other questions? No.
I was gonna say, do you have any like intel on where the 3 are?
Well, I know they're typically hiding out by the boathouse.
That's all we got.
It's generally the way they stay. They'll come into town every now and then, maybe once or twice a month. That's about all I know, I'm afraid.
Okay. Guess we'll start our way back over there.
The
Much
farmer
obliged.
whose land we were on. Will she
Elbows.
be safe?
Oh, she'll be fine. She can take care of herself. She's got her boy out front. He's a good boy. He'll keep her right.
All right. There's just more than one of their men has died on her land. I do not want her to face repercussions for
Oh, she'll be all right. She'll toss him in a ditch somewhere.
it.
Damn. Okay.
A little roughneck, I won't lie.
I suppose as long as justice is served at the end of the day.
Oh, it will be. Trust me.
Thank you, Sheriff. I believe my friends and I should take our leave.
Of course, of course. Well, hopefully we'll see you soon, folks. And remember, if you want to stop in time for a brandy or something like that, do come by.
We'll keep in mind. Thank you, Sheriff.
He nods his hat to you.
Good day. Do we want to rest up or head right onto the boathouse? Wasn't there a guy holding out flyers?
Yeah, we should check out the flyer dude.
So you exit the sheriff's office and you make your way towards the sheriff's office is essentially adjacent from that sort of town center area. You see what looks to be a stout young halfling. I mean, he has halfling features, but he has something quite human about him.
And this is not Yorick.
No, this is not Yorick. Yorick is a tiefling.
What is he handing out?
He's trying to hand out. It's not exactly working. He's getting, he's catching priests in the street or, sort of townsfolk that pass by. They pay him mind and they, respectfully say hello and talk to him a little bit, but they don't accept his flyers.
Okay.
Interesting.
I'll go up and take one.
Yeah, I was like, I'll walk up and take one.
I'll follow, but I won't take one.
Oh, hello there.
Hello.
Would you like a flyer?
Yeah, sure.
What's this for?
Yes.
My name is Rubin Peapicker, and I'm wanting to put a team together to enter.
Come again?
Yes, what was that name? Sorry, I'm old.
Rubin.
As you can tell my hearing.
Rubin Peapicker, sir.
Okay.
I'm putting together a team to go to the Sangrali Triumph Tournament, and we're going to win the jackpot.
Sangrali Triumph Tournament.
Would you care to explain what that is?
Oh, yes, of course.
I'm not from around here, by the way.
It's and he pulls out like cards. He's got cards that he's like talking off of. The Sangralis Triumph Tournament is an annual tournament held in honor of the Kingdom of Sangrali and its sovereignty in the Union. There is a jackpot of 2,000 gold split between the winners. Teams enter for 100 gold, and I'm.
Do you have any training at all?
None whatsoever.
Just a second. Let us back this bad boy up real quick. So there's going to be combat. Is it monsters? Is it against other team members? Is it a free-for-all? Is it a bracket system? What is it?
It's you go in, and they send a bunch of monsters at you.
2,000 gold, you say?
Yes, sir.
I'll do it.
Well, hold on. Don't you want
Thank
to
you,
ask
sir.
the rest
Thank you.
Well, let's not.
If you just sign here, we can get started straight away.
Cambria, if you sign that, I swear to God, I'll break your knees.
What's the fine print?
Well, like I say, I don't have much combat experience, so I'm relying on a team that isn't primarily involving me. But I mean, we'll do it a 30-70 split if you'd like. I'm just.
Oh, 70 is quite generous for us. Thank you.
Yes. I just need the one half for my own domestic affairs.
What?
Can you give us a day on this? Will you be here tomorrow?
Well, training will start in the next couple of weeks.
We don't need to train. That's fine. You ever kill 3 guys?
I've never killed in my life, sir.
Andrea.
Would you like to?
If I had to, I suppose.
Okay.
I would advise that you begin some kind of training on your own before anyone else joins you. It will help build confidence in your argument.
Oh, of course. Well, thank you for the advice, I suppose.
But yes, going back to it, will you still be in town for a day or two?
Oh, I'll be here for a while. Yeah, we'll
Okay.
We'll not be going for a good while. I mean, feel free to think on it if you like.
I think this is something that the group needs to discuss.
Well, that's
We
about the
have
most
some
enthusiasm
affairs
I've had so far. So feel free.
You seem like a nice lad. What was it, John?
Reuben, sir.
Rubin Peapicker.
Peapicker. Yeah, I can't forget the last name.
Yeah, well, how could you? It's unique. But yes, I think it would be best for our group if we slept on it.
Certainly, sir.
But unless anyone has any burning questions, shall we make for the boathouse?
We should rest first.
I'll tell you what I'm itching to do. I want to find those guys, and believe it or not, I want to talk to them. I have a sneaking suspicion that now that we know Mr. Sheriff is not as fair play as it seems, that bounty might be a little rigged.
Maybe we should talk away from Mr. Peapicker. He seems very busy.
He is not listening at all. He's flagging down a priest.
Okay, perfect. Let's keep it up then. So what about the bounty?
I was all for killing those guys and just bringing them back a second ago, but if you guys seem to be, saying the sheriff's a bad guy or whatever, wouldn't it make sense for the bad guy to put up a bounty on people who might help us?
Or he's trying to eliminate, as you referred to them, loose ends.
Yeah. What would a loose end be to him?
That's a damn fine question. Well, then that puts us in an interesting predicament, doesn't it? Do we rest up and go at full force, possibly willing to talk but ready for a battle? Or do we just, as the young kids say, beat cheeks over there and see if something arises?
I figure I'll probably sleep on it, but if you guys are worried someone else is going to go claim that bounty, we can go.
I think possibly that if it is true that the sheriff is in cahoots with these River City boys to an extent, I think we have some time before anything major happens. Would anyone like to add anything? Or am I just sitting here and we all freeze framed like an 80s movie?
Yeah. We did a little montage.
Do a little jump high five.
Yeah. I think whatever we do, we should make sure that we have a backup plan in case things go awry.
Like a means of escape, or be
Means of
prepared to fight?
escape or
Blow everyone up.
preparation to battle.
Cress kind of pipes in and she goes, "You guys, I'm kind of tired. Well, should we go and get some rest first, and then maybe in the morning, or we could go in the middle of the night or something like that,
Sure. You sound
Not
like you
a
need
bad
it.
idea.
Your voice sounds a little rough.
Yeah. It's been a long day.
It sounds a bit deeper, if I may.
How about now?
I get it.
Oh, that's better.
Some of the corn husks get back there, yes.
Yeah, let's go back and sleep.
I do like
We'll be
the
better off for
idea.
tomorrow.
I do like the idea of going out in the dead of night.
Let's go
Well,
rest first. At least we can make a plan after we wake up.
Back to the room.
Now, did you guys just get one room? I forget.
We had two.
No, it was
Yeah.
two rooms. wasn't
Crest
it?
and I were staying in one, and then
So,
Cambria and Reginald were staying in
Yes,
the other.
hello.
And the old man.
It's me.
Wow, people. We're
You-
totally allowed back here.
They seem to pay you no mind. They do notice. You get a few looks. You just go to your room.
Yeah, I will, unless the group decides they want to do or see something.
Is
Yes,
Harvey up?
Huh? No, go ahead.
Is Harvey up?
You don't see him anywhere.
Hmm.
Then I will
Retire to bed.
hobble my way up the stairs.
Just say I'm gonna retire to bed because parentheses. I've got to get off, so I'm just sticking through till the next day's.
For sure.
Yep.
Right. So, you all enter your rooms. Cress and Roshan, you go into yours, and Cambria and Leon, you go into the slightly smaller one with the narrow window.
Mhm.
You get ready for bed. Is there anything you guys would like to do before you go to sleep?
There is one thing that I would very much like to do.
Mm-hmm.
If it's getting dark outside,
Yeah.
I'll look to Cambria. I'll say, well, before bed, I'd like to go on a evening walk. So, if you'll excuse me.
Okay. Well, someone's gonna come back, a 12-year-old.
Well, that's just weird, isn't it?
Gonna come back a doubly old man.
I'm 190 now. No, I will go to Roshan and I'll knock.
There's a knock on
Roshan
the
will
door.
open the door.
I'll say, would you mind accompanying me for an evening's walk?
Sure.
And would it be possible if you brought the amulet?
Oh,
Mhm.
I see. I can bring it with me, yes.
Perfect. Brilliant. Yes. Well, whenever you're ready, I'll be down in front of the tavern.
Cambria, what are you doing during this time?
Well, suppose I'm gonna sneak behind a decent amount just to see what he's doing for 5 minutes.
Okay.
I can trust anyone. I love it. Well, shall we walk?
We shall.
All right. Thank you for accompanying me. And I'll start walking kind of. If there's a bundle of trees or something to one side, I'll start to.
There's a couple,
ahead.
yeah.
I'll start to kind of veer off in that direction.
Do I need to turn around?
I'm still deciding, but come, there are things that we must discuss. And I'll keep walking like a good bit away from the town.
Sure. You start
Mhm.
walking into an area of deciduous trees.
Okay.
What is
And
this
then I'll-
about, Reginald?
May I see the amulet,
So,
please?
as she's pulling it out of the bag, this seems important to you. Why?
I had a dream about that amulet, a very discerning dream. And you do see that Reginald is there, and he's kind of not making eye contact. He's kind of looking down and contemplating, and finally, after a little bit, he says, "Do you know what a changeling is?"
Ooh, let me
a history
What would I
check.
roll to see if I know what it is? History?
Yeah,
Okay.
make a history check.
18.
Okay.
Oh shit!
You, in your studies at the monastery, had seen books on the different realms. You knew that they had been separated at times. A lot of the time during what's known as the celestial curve. It's an astrological event that happens when a large curve of stars is able to be seen in the sky. There have been times when the planes have aligned and people have been able to cross between them. You know for a long time that, especially in the books pertaining to the old world, thousands of years ago, changelings were beings that could change their shape and their form, and because of those inherent magical abilities, they were highly sought after as components for mages and warlocks.
Ooh, like hunted.
Hunted.
Roshan will kind of nod. I've heard a bit about changelings and their unfortunate treatment.
They were hunted, were they?
As far as I understand, yes. It doesn't matter what it was for. They were hunted.
May I see that amulet now? I will give it back, I assure you. I just would like to hold it and examine it closely.
And she'll hand it over this time. I need that back.
You have
I'm
my
also
word.
here working for a man, and that is the only remaining piece of evidence for a situation that is ongoing.
I'll get back to that in a second, but hold on, I got an amulet now. So I'll examine the amulet. Do I feel anything? Do I
Make an investigation
I look
check.
at it closely? Okay. Yeah,
Cambria,
I'm
what are
like-
you
I'm-
doing in this time? Are you following them or did you go to bed?
So I'm like a good distance away, just kind of skulking along.
You want to make a stealth check?
Oh,
I love it.
okay.
They do not notice you, as
I
far as
hate
you're aware.
everything.
As you had seen before, this is exactly as you'd seen it in the dream. It doesn't seem as Madame Keswick described it. It bears resemblance to what she had described in some respect. It is identical to what you'd seen in your dream. It's almost uncanny. It's like if you could pull something out of your dream and it still be in a dream state in your hand. It's what it feels like when you're holding it.
And I know I got a 9, but is there any obvious engravings on it that I can see?
What languages do you speak?
That's a damn good question, Fraser. I speak language. I speak Common and Sylvan.
Okay, and I'm afraid they are just strange-looking runes.
Can I read them?
What languages do you speak?
In addition to Common, I know Draconic, Elfish, and Orc.
Mm-mm.
Cambria, can you read this? No, I'm kidding.
They're not like anything you've ever seen before.
Okay.
Reginald, may I ask you something? I'm sure it's an obvious question at this point, but am I to assume that I am in the presence of Changeling?
Reginald will hold on to the amulet, and you see his old hands kind of just around it and almost like white knuckling it. There's like a frustration
Mhm.
there. And he loosens his grip. He kind of looks at you, and you see his sweet brown eyes of an old man. And you've always seen him kind of hunched over, and then you see his back completely straighten, and he stands up straight. You see what looks like little portions of the skin almost flip over to reveal pale white skin. He stands at about maybe 6 foot, a little lithe, but you see a little bit more angular shapes in the face, white hair, whereas a horseshoe kind of old man hairstyle used to be, you now see a large kind of flop of white hair, and it's shaved on the sides and the back. You see some kind green eyes. Well, I believe you'd be right in that assumption.
Are you being hunted now?
To be frank, I don't know. I feel at any moment I could be gutted.
Not under my sight.
Motherfucker, I knew it.
he's hiding in the,
The back
bushes.
I appreciate that. But for right now, if you'll excuse me, I'd feel more comfortable in someone else's skin. And then I will go back to Reginald.
I just walk over at that point and I go, "Why the old man?
What the fuck? You son of a bitch! That's
Damn it! Don't act like I didn't catch you the first time. Fuck off."
I hit him with my shillelagh. Don't do that. What's the matter with you?
What the fuck's the matter with you? Why the
What
old
the fuck's the matter with
man?
me? Who suspects an old man? Did you?
Who suspects another guy? What the fuck are you expecting? Who's expecting this?
Because he's old.
What is so scary about being old?
Nothing exactly
He's
why
not
I'm doing
trying
it, so I
to
could be
scare you.
unassuming you.
So you're
Dick.
telling me out of all three of us, you think the old man doesn't
is the least
stick out?
assuming. Yes. Oddly enough, I think the old man, who appears human, does not stick out.
I would say in our crowd, it probably does.
Well, do you know anything about changelings? Because it's to my knowledge today that they've been hunted for their blood, for their insides. So excuse me for not wanting to be a fucking changeling.
Listen, I don't give a shit if you don't want to be a changeling.
Crack
But
in the woods behind you. I need all three of you to make perception checks for me.
Okay.
oh,
Perception.
Motherfucker!
ooh.
With my
Of course you got
changeling
it.
eyes. With my changeling eyes.
What do your elf eyes see?
Roshan and Cambria, you are caught off guard by the sound. Leon, this being your life, and since arriving here knowing nothing but fear, your head immediately snaps to where this sound came from. You catch a tiny glimpse of the figure of you could swear it's a dog, but it's 3 times the size.
Oh.
Oh shit.
And then it darts off into the
hell.
distance.
Okay, it runs.
It's gone.
I think this would be best to be discussed behind closed doors.
You're the one that fucking brought it all the way in the woods.
Cambria, I have been very patient up until now. Please, let's go back to our rooms and never speak of this evening again.
And I assume you've changed back to... Yeah, you've changed back to Reginald,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Make your way back to the rooms. Is there anything you guys do before you retire?
I make sure to get the amulet back.
Oh yeah, I would have given it back on the way back. Yes, I would have.
Mm-hmm. You retire to your rooms, Cambria and Leon in one, and Cress and Roshan in the other.
Just sitting on the bed, staring at him.
You fucking dick. Go to bed.
Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you. That I just...
Why don't you turn into a bed?
Yes, don't let your horns pierce the fucking pillow, shithead.
Well, then pull off the fucking pillow that's already impaled on my horn.
And I can only assume you chuck it at 1,000 miles an hour. Fucking wheel.
Dog feathers across the room.
Boom.
Oh, my hip.
Eventually, sleep finds all of you.
Eventually.
You are all lulled to sleep. Cress says goodnight to you, Roshan. And the lights are turned out, the oil candles are blown out, and sleep does find you guys. Cambria.
Yeah, shit.
On the road, you've known nights with and without your dreams. Your sleep tonight begins dreamless, but it doesn't make sense for a while, but eventually the dream that you're having comes into focus. And you find yourself sitting in the interior of a very large, colorfully tinted auditorium.
I hate this.
Oh, God.
I hate this.
What do you do?
Shit. Yeah, just look around, see if I can notice any exit to the tent.
You know your surroundings immediately. This is something you've experienced a lot, especially in your early childhood. It is a little blurry, but as it becomes clearer, you begin to remember visiting this place definitively in your dreams as a child. And while you're familiar with the surroundings around you, they seem a lot more twisted than you remember them being as a boy. The main difference that you notice, where in your dreams as a child you remember standing on the stage, you're sitting in an audience of many porcelain masked faces, each of them contorted in strangely exaggerated facial expressions. You also seem to be wearing a mask, but it's void, as you touch it, of any defining features.
See if I can take the mask off at all.
Yep, comes straight off.
And just kind of examine it. Look around.
It is a plain mask with a single tear on the right eye. The thing that you do notice, and I think this is as you realize where you are and where you think you should be, you look towards where the stage in the auditorium is, and you can see on the stage is Harvey. But something is very clearly wrong with him. He is doubled over, his small frame is hunched over in place, and he is breathing even where you're sitting, you can hear him very heavily.
And walk over slowly and just kind of knock on the front end of the stage, trying to get the kids' attention.
He does, as you come closer, begin shaking more sort of violently.
I kind of test the distance, see how much he shakes based on how close I get. Back up a few times.
It seems to be as you're getting closer to him.
I walk up right beside him, slowly just reach out and barely brush a finger on his shoulder.
Make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh no.
Zoinks.
Okay.
Suck.
A howling scream pierces through the strange music around you. There's a rush of wind in the auditorium. You see flashes of color rushing beside you, walls of an endless tunnel that stretches forward as far as you can see. And you stand on a threshold. In the walls of the rushing colors, you can see images, flashes of yourself, younger, older, and in strange places you've never been. And as you turn to look back down the corridor, there it is, very suddenly in front of you. The massive Cheshire smile peering down at you. You feel a pain begin in your feet. And you look down and your body is disappearing, shrinking into the tunnel, and with a flash of light, you awake. Your ears ringing. You're breathing very heavily. You're back in the room.
Kind of fumble my hands on my body. I feel around. I kind of don't feel whole. Immediately I cast Find Familiar out of panic.
Ooh.
There is a rumble from your bag. Make a stealth check for me, just to see how quietly this is done. There is a
Not very.
there is a stirring from the other side of the room, Leon, and you hear an incantation spoken in a very reedy and musical sort of voice. And Cambria, you hear a rustling in your bag, and a small figure pops to life.
Wait, like the thing in the milk?
He's a real boy.
Oh no.
I kind of just put my hand down the side of the bed and beckon it over.
It seems to speak to you in whistling chimes.
Just want to hold it up and examine it for a second, see if I feel anything different
Nothing.
to how it normally feels. Haven't quite had this immediate reaction, this desire to call it over like this before.
Doesn't seem to be any different from how it normally has been.
I just kind of twiddle with it, holding
Kinda
it up,
shakes. There's a
dangling
little
its little
rattle from
legs.
the inside.
A rattle from the inside. Are there holes I can look inside to see if there's something
Yeah, he's got
new in the
eye
middle?
holes and a mouth, and he's hollow on the inside.
There's nothing like hidden inside him all of a sudden.
Make an investigation check for me.
Okay. I don't know why I keep closing my fucking profile.
Dude, I do it the same. I'm like, son of a bitch. I know I'm gonna make rolls.
Low rolls galore.
Slight
There's
side thing.
something inside, but you can't tell what it is.
Hmm.
It's like, you know when you get a pick stuck in a guitar?
Yeah, can I like kind of just tilt it over and kind of shake him a bit to see if
Shake
it
him a little bit.
falls out of the hole?
Kind of gives up a little bit of resistance.
Do I hear the whistling?
You
Sorry.
do. Yes, you do hear the whistling.
I like just a cold chill down my spine and just like sit there paralyzed and just listen.
As this rattling continues, it's like something's being emptied, and onto your lap, Cambria, falls a few pieces of porcelain.
Hmm.
Oh no.
Are they shaped like anything in particular?
One of them has a small mark of ink.
Does it look like a little teardrop?
You could be anything, to be honest. It could just be a little mark on the porcelain, I suppose, but
Yeah.
could be.
Pick those up and put them to my side then.
Hmm.
Try to recollect myself for a
Sure.
moment.
Roshan, You're awoken to a sound to your left. It's coming from the other bed.
Oh God.
You look over. If you could make a perception check for me.
Please.
Oh
No.
my God.
Okay. You could swear for a second you see something above Cress. A shape, but it's gone as soon as you look over it. And it's even a second guess. You go, I'm sure I'm just seeing things. You do, however, notice that Cress appears to be convulsing a little bit in her sleep. Almost like she's having a nightmare.
It's not like seizing convulsing.
No.
Like, okay.
She appears to be murmuring occasionally.
I feel like Roshan will just kind of sit next to the bed next to her.
Mm-hmm.
It's about 3 a.m., 4 a.m. by this point, and for the remainder of the night, this is all that happens. You get into the morning, and nothing appears to have changed, so she's still doing it.
Uh-oh. Roshan will go over to the door. Gentlemen, Cambria?
Did you hear that?
I just kind of nod. I haven't actually gone back to sleep.
Open the door. What? What is it? Early in the morning. I'm old.
She won't
You
stop shaking.
can now see Cress on the bed. Looks like she's having a nightmare every now and then. She kind of shakes
I
and
can't wake her up. Have you seen her do this, Cambria?
No, I haven't seen anything like this. Haven't known her long enough.
Insight check
On who?
on Cambria.
Okay. I'm like,
She won't stop
Okay.
shaking. Insight check. 17.
Cambria, have you seen this before?
Nope.
Does it seem painful?
Doesn't look particularly painful. No, just as if
she's
you
not getting any worse,
watch
but she's
somebody
not
from a
getting any
nightmare.
better.
I'll walk over to her. Is her head like thrashing about or anything like that, or no?
Not really. No, just kind of. It's like, you know when people kind of twitch in
A
their
little bit.
sleep. It's
Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
that. Although it does appear to be happening quite often.
Okay. I'll put my fingers over her eye and like try and look at her eyes.
She is freezing to the touch.
She's freezing to the touch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah, I want to still look at her eyes and see like what her eyes are doing, like kind of open her eyelids a little bit. Well, one eye.
You open her eyes and they are white.
Oh fuck, that's not normal. What does the flower look like?
Make an investigation check.
Okay.
This is an important one.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Watch, I'm gonna get a fucking 1. Great. Come on, +5. Suck it.
Oh, he called it.
You did that to
Whoa.
yourself.
I did that
Holy
twice,
shit.
The flower doesn't appear any different.
Make an investigation check.
If you want to,
It's
if you're
like-
both, if
I
you're
feel
both
like we
looking
all
over,
have to
then
now,
You Cambria, prepare to investigate.
Cambria
he
got
did
it again.
So,
Cambria the
Roshan
accidental
and Leon, you don't seem to pick anything up, but as Cambria, you step in to look at Cress. Something catches you within what would be the iris of her left eye. Catch it for a second, it's kind of mesmerizing. There are flashes of color at the base of the flower, but they do appear to be changing, almost as if the flower were an eye, this would be what dreaming would be like through it.
You didn't notice anything like this last night when we slept, right?
No, I didn't. No.
Not really sure what to do.
Okay.
Well, flower looks active or whatever. I don't know what's up with it. Are we supposed to like water her or something?
Well,
Roshan kind of laughs, but it's like that, like, she's clearly kind of panicking a little bit. Because she doesn't know what to do.
could I check her pulse?
Yeah, you don't even have to make a medicine check. She has a pulse, and it is quite normal.
She's freezing cold. Let some light in here. I don't know. Flowers need sun, don't they?
Roshan will
That
open up,
checks
like,
out with
the-
me.
The flower does appear to kind of spread a little bit and move towards the light.
Well, that's ominous, but maybe that's the right thing.
We should just monitor. Consistently check a pulse. I don't know what to do.
I guess I'll sit here and keep an eye on things.
Regarding last night, please, don't tell Cress about this. I think it's safer for everyone to just assume I'm an old man with a bit of magic.
I haven't told anyone yet. Kind of figured it out after the first night we had in the woods, but it's whatever.
So many things I could say, but I appreciate your confidentiality, both of you.
Roshan nods.
Let us wait.
It gets to about 8 o'clock, and you can hear movement in the tavern downstairs. You hear a couple of people from the rooms outside exit their accommodation for the night and then move downstairs to have breakfast, that sort of thing. It does appear that you've slept through most of what could have been a night ambush.
All right.
She's still freaking out.
She appears to calm down, actually, a little bit.
Okay,
Nice.
but is she waking up, though?
No, she's still asleep.
All right, well, I'm just gonna look at the other guys and be like, hey, I know we had plans and stuff to go and get those late guys or whatever. Doesn't look like that's gonna happen if she's not gonna wake up. So if you want, I can stay here and you guys can go maybe scout it out.
Well, I don't think that would be a bad idea.
If you're comfortable with it.
Sure. Could use a day just to sit in, I guess.
Then I suppose getting some intel would be the proper thing to do. Roshan, are you ready?
Let's go.